It seems so simple, doesn't it? If you were to put something inside your gutters that could prevent the leaves and moss from getting in but allow the water in by making a little gap, then you wouldn't have to have the gutters cleaned every year. It seems so simple, doesn't it? But is it really a good idea to add gutter guards to your gutters? Well, the simple answer is no, because it's going to end up costing you a lot more. So I'm going to explain to you why adding gutter guards actually costs more for gutter maintenance, but I'm also going to show you the few scenarios where they might actually be a good idea. I'm Dom from Glide Cleaning Limited. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Every year, leaves fall into gutters, the moss comes off the roofs, and the gutters get filled up with debris, and they need clearing out. It's really important to prevent your gutters from blocking up, because if they block up, then that can cause damp issues, which can be related to mould, and in some instances this can affect your home insurance, because if the home insurance find out that this has been a cause of a lack of regular maintenance, then that might be something that they might not pay out on. It seems so simple, doesn't it? That you can just put something in your gutters which will prevent the leaves and the moss and the other debris from blocking up your gutters. And there are products out there. In the UK we have two common types. We have a brush, which is commonly referred to as a hedgehog, and we also have a mesh, which is often referred to as gutter guards. And the idea of that is to prevent stuff falling in the gutters. But what the manufacturers don't tell you, and if you read the small print you'll find this, that those guards have to be cleaned once a year to maintain their effectiveness. And that's a really key point, because the whole point of adding those guards in was to stop the gutters from being cleaned every year. Because now not only have you had to pay for the product and for them to be installed, you now have to pay annually for them to be cleaned every year for them to be able to work properly. And not only that, to have them cleaned every year, you need to remove them. So somebody has to get up there by hand to remove the guards, then clear the gutters, and clean the guards, and then reinstall them back in. And one of the big problems as well is because the guards have to be often removed by hand, you have to pay for access. Now if it's on a ground level it can be easily done, but if it's above something difficult like a conservatory or a big extension, you might even need powered access or even scaffolding. So what we're talking about here is something which may have cost £100 in the past just to have your gutters cleaned, may cost £200, £300, £400, maybe more if scaffolding's needed, because suddenly so much more work is now needed to maintain these gutters because of the gutter guards. So you might be thinking, what if I leave the gutter guards to be cleaned more than a year? Maybe I can make back some of my money that way by leaving it a few years before having them cleaned. Well, the problem is the moss and the leaves fall on top and they start to decompose, they don't all blow off, and it gets under the guards through the cracks, and then you ended up with this amazing compost. And this compost is irrigated because it's in a gutter, and then leaves and seeds fall in it again, and you just end up with weeds. Within about 2, 3, 4 years, you end up with a big mesh of weeds, and especially the gutter guards with the mesh. The plastic ones seem to be the perfect size for sycamore seeds, and they germinate, and it's utterly incredible. Now the bottom line is, an annual gutter clean, even 2 or even 3 gutter cleans a year, will often work out more cost effective than adding gutter guards to your gutters. So are there any scenarios where we might suggest actually using the gutter guards? Well, there's 2 scenarios. We might suggest using a length of hedgehog in a gutter which is directly under an evergreen tree. Therefore it is dropping pine needles or similar all year round, and therefore that gutter would need to be cleaned more than 3 times a year. But the point is, in that scenario it might be cost effective to use a gutter guard instead of having it cleaned 4 or 5 times a year. Now the other scenario where we might suggest using gutter guards is to prevent blockages in downpipes. Again, hedgehogs, just a small section, a foot at the top of a downpipe, can be used to prevent blockages in a downpipe. Now there are also other guards on the market, such as balloon guards. Particularly the metal ones are good because the plastic ones can sometimes deform and get blocked on top. Now they can be useful to prevent blockages in the downpipe, but again they still need to be accessible by a ladder to be able to be regularly maintained. So those are the 2 scenarios where we might suggest using gutter guards in your gutters, because they are the only 2 occasions where we can see that you would actually save some money. So in conclusion, the key takeaway is gutter guards do not prevent the need for regular maintenance gutter cleaning, because they themselves need to be cleaned. And all they do is add to the expense, because they make it very difficult for the gutters to be cleaned. But the key point is you really can't beat a regular maintenance clean. So if you haven't got a quote already, please inquire through the website or via our contact details for a free quote for your gutter cleaning. Now, if you find that you are having a regular maintenance gutter clean, maybe once or twice a year, and you're still having some issues, well, that's likely to be because your roof has got too much moss on it and it needs to be removed. Now, we do offer a moss removal service. There's a video, go check that out and learn about how we do it. Now, I really hope that video has been useful to give you some information so that you can make informed choices for the maintenance program of your property. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Dominic from Glide Cleaning, and don't forget to like and subscribe.